लाइव है क्या? Hello folks, this is NCS 2223 coming to you live from Surat, Gujarat. What you can see in front of you is the third place game between Spinergy in red and Flywild in white. Both are Tamil Nadu teams. Spinergy is from Pondicherry, Orville, in that area, and Flywild is from Chennai. Both really high level competitive Tamil Nadu teams. This is the first point that's happening right now. Flywild with the disc. Nice hack goes up. There are two people under it. One Flywild, one Spinergy. The Spinergy, he comes down with the disc. He gets the D, but he does kind of crash into the Flywild player. And some discussion there as both the men sit on the floor and talk it out. Spinergy with the disc now. So that was indeed a turnover. Looking to work the disc up on the close side of the field. Some nice quick passes going up. A hack going up at stall 7, but I believe it's gone out of bounds. It's too far. The other Spinergy handler is criticizing the thrower, saying, I was there, I was open, you should have reset the disc. Number 33 from Flywild going to collect. We have Flywild back on the disc. Good cut by Monica, looked off. Number 12 coming in for the in-cut. Looked off again. A hack goes up. Deepika is under it, but there are two Spinergy players, but she still manages to come down with the disc. Great catch there by Flywild. Number 33 to number 23 on the far side. A nice long forehand throw into the end zone, brought down by the Flywild player. It is a score for Flywild. Great catch by number 33. Great look. Two long hucks. They do take the point away. The score is Flywild 1, Spinergy 0. Flywild had initiated the pull for that, so they did start on defense, got the turnover, and then get the score. So it's a break point for Flywild. Team, if you can give 2 minutes from the sideline just for the camera, because it blocks the view. Just 2 minutes. Spinergy on the line, raising their hands, indicating that they are ready to receive the pull. Flywild just matching up, deciding who's going to mark who. They will be on defense after the pull. It's a female matching point and gendered pull. Great pull there from Flywild. Disc sailing into the third quarter of the field, just close to the Spinergy's end zone. Picked up by the handlers of Spinergy. Nice forehand across the field. Floaty pass. And the hug goes up from Spinergy. There are several players under it. There is a Flywild player who goes in for the D. Manages to get it. It's knocked out of bounds. It's a turnover. Flywild will come up with the disc. So I have here Jaydeep with me from ATC, who's come to take over the commentary. Handing it over to him.
Thanks, Nitya. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all enjoying this game so far. Yes, having fun?
Yeah.
Great. What's the score?
Score 1-0.
To which team? Spinergy?
Spinergy is 0. Flywild is 1.
Flywild is 1. All right. Thank you so much. What was your name?
Bruno Mark.
Bruno Mark. Okay, great. We got an update on the score. Sorry for the late joining from my side. So, yeah, this is the interesting 3 versus 4 matchup here. We've got 2 South India teams, which means that we have 2 North Indian teams in the finals. North, you can say, or Northwest, Ambush and GK Mad. So it's a bit of a surprise, actually, to see that. But just while I'm doing that, I'll comment on the marvelous throw by Boone from Flywild to the deep cutter of Flywild for the score. That makes it 2-0 now. So Flywild take an early lead. And let's see if that sets the tone for the game. So yeah, I hope you're all going to tune in for the finals coming up. I think after this game around 3 o'clock. And yep, do drop us a comment in the YouTube comments anytime, and we will respond to them. Let us know which team you're cheering for. What do you think of nationals so far? Where are you? What's your name? Thanks, Nitya. Got me a chair. Or any other comments, feedback for us as commentators. Got 18 people watching the live stream. A couple of people from the tournament itself, maybe. And we've got Flywild on defense. You can see Sumesh, AP. I want to say Deepika and a couple of others I'm not sure of the name of. But on Spinergy we've got Godai, Smithy. Selvy's there? Selvy's in number 2, I couldn't see. JD, Aditi, Mano, who? Leelaka. Oh. Mum. It's me. Alright, cool. Let's see. Let's see if Spinergy can get this offensive point.
Let's go, Spinergy, let's go.
Oh, that's Gotham. Oh, okay. In the green hat who scored the last point. He's staying on front of the point. And Spinergy get this quickly moving with Selvy on the disc. Makes a throw to Godai. Makes a nice upfield throw. Successive, but it's a bit hasty, floaty OI to Smithy. Not enough float ahead of her. So it got turned over. Flywild now has the disc on offense. Attacking, we've got Gotham. Getting it 2 passes. Oh, and they make a mistake as well and give the disc right back to Spinergy. Unfortunate. But now we've got a chance here. Chance for Spinergy to make this back up on offense and score, maybe. Let's see. Starting from the sideline. It's always a difficult position to be in, but floats that one out. And Selvy makes a great read and a grab. Takes the contact into the ground. And Spinergy has won, as Bruno Mars has informed me. Marca. Marca. Marzile. Alright, cool. Bruno Mark. It's still a funny name. So great. Managed to retain the offensive point even with the turnover. Luckily, Flywild gave it back to them. So let's see. Hopefully both teams want this 3rd position to get the bronze medal at the biggest tournament of the year in India. It is a great achievement to be ranked the 3rd best team in the country in a nation as big as ours here in India. But it will be interesting to see. Got Uttara, Jagan, Arga, yep, and Flywild on offense. Spinergy's going to pull. 4 men on the line.
This video is full for 2 reasons. One, it's the fastest I've ever beat Minecraft.
Wow. Sorry about that. $14. Got Shitej from Delhi cheering for GK Mad when the final starts. Good to hear from you, Shitej. Flywild gets it. Sorry, gets the D. No, sorry, gets it on offense. Yeah, they were starting on offense. Right on the corner of the end zone. Very close to being in. Dump straight back to Juggan, who puts up a hammer. Looking for Arga, but it's a great D by Spinergy. Rising higher than the receiver. JD got the D. Excellent. Selvy on the disc now. Swing to Bala. Bruno Mark helping me out here with names. Harish on the disc now with his fractured right hand, so he's playing lefty. Still able to make a good impact on the team, obviously, having worked their way up to 3rd, 4th position. Bala on the disc. Jay's looking at JD. Oh, JD's not able to make it free, but he puts it up and a nice forehand IO throw up the sideline to level it up with 2-2, as confirmed by Bruno Mark. And there's a rush to change the score. It is 2-all. Nice throw. Kind of a bailout dump. Yeah. So 2-2. Great. 2-all. Flywild just with the turnover in the end zone there. back to the game. Flywild looked like they turned it over on offense, and so Spinergy get an opportunity to break here, and that's a big opportunity because with the score being so close as it is right now. And something Spinergy are known for is just their patience and mental strength as a team. They're able to make comebacks, they're able to hold on to the disc and nothing phases them, whether it's a zone or, oh, just as we say that, Smithy got phased. With a tough, it was a tough throw to take down, but I think hoping it would float a bit more, but she had to try and go one-handed, and second chance was hard. And at this level, giving a team the disc back is not a great idea, especially a team like Flywild who capitalize like that. Straight throw from Rama deep to the receiver. One of the women completely free and unmarked. Spinergy are going to have to think, well, maybe they're not, but it's something to think about whether what happened there, why that player was so free. But maybe it was just a quick turnover. To the line, Uttara, number 8 t-shirt for Flywild. She's closest to the camera right now in the white jerseys. She used to play for Spinergy. She learned how to play Ultimate Frisbee in Oroville, moved to Ashoka University and played Ultimate there. So she still plays, and she's still a student there, so plays College Ultimate. And now opting to play for Flywild. Making a difference on that team instead. Let's see. Going to be a handler. We've got AP, Sumesh, and a few of the other girls' names I'm not sure of on Flywild. Over here we've got Smithy, Selvi, Godai, and some other guys. We need Bruno Mark over here to give us the names. Bruno Mark is the kid. I called him Bruno Mars and he was very quick to correct me. Salvi with a huge outside in Huck, and the receiver made it look easy. Flywild is dismayed and disappointed at their defense. I'm not happy about that. But hard to shut that down. I mean, when your female players are throwing up bombs like that, what are you going to do? And the receiver ran it down, made it look easy, but he had the burners on. He was fast to get that down because it was coming in hot. Oh, aye. So Spinergy get a point up. Right now it looks like Spinergy should take this with the kind of mistakes that Flywild's making. How's that? Are we back? Okay. I'm not sure how much of that we heard. But yeah, we'll just keep going like you heard everything. Off the whole time. No, I heard myself on the live stream, so we're good.
Yeah, back to that Selvi throw here. Hopefully you can hear us. We're having some technical difficulties. For those just joining us, this is the 3-4 match. We have Spinergy against Flywild. Spinergy is currently up 4-3. Flywild takes the disc at the sidelines, gets a nice in cut there on the same side, on the foreside. Spinergy is forcing them to throw with their forehand. That's a nice break throw, inside out shot there by Rama to get the disc back to the center. Another nice pass there to a female cutter coming in. Jagan gets the nice in cut. He's kind of trapped on the sideline here. Can he get it off the sideline? Looks for the swing. It's taken. Gets the up line, but it's well defended by Spinergy. Got a hand in there just at the last moment. And that's turnover. Spinergy with another chance to break here. Let's see what they can do going upwind a little bit. See if they can capitalize. There's a nice take advantage of the poach and a nice deep shot for a wide open Harsh. You can see his right hand all bandaged up there. He's got a cast. Seemed to influence his ability to get that one because the disc was coming in left to right. But he wisely popped it up and caught it. Yeah, tough with Rama, right? Breathing down your neck there in the air. But able to capitalize. That's the game Spinergy likes to play. They're very good at capitalizing on turnovers because they have great throws. So they can stretch the field and make the offense work. I mean, normally the offense does not enjoy playing defense. That makes the score 5-3. Spinergy with another break. Yeah, we have the other matchup here on Field 1. For those who are interested in watching that one, tuning in, changing the channel, so to speak. We have Airborne as the 6th seed, taking on Airbenders as the 5 seed. I can't tell what the score is, but I can assure it's 3-4. It will be a good match. The score is 3-4. My eagle eyes, you can see from here. It's just about 2 o'clock. I'm not sure what the temperature is, but it is toasty. It is very hot. And back to the live action here. Spinergy with a beautiful pull. Disc centered right away. Female center handler. Spinergy picking up their intensity on the sideline. That's great to see. Disc swung to the fore side. Another shot down the fore side of the field here. Now they're doing a flat mark here to protect the deep space. That might be a strategy. It seemed to work a little bit. Now they're trapping the female on the sideline. Nice little upline throw. Another upline cut. Jog on with the disc. Looking for another upline. He gets it off. And that's a score for Flywild. Really just working it up the fore side there. Nice clean movement. 5-4. Spinergy still with the lead. About to receive the pull. The final will be at 3:30. For those excited to tune in for that one. Okay, yep, and then we'll have, that'll be this field, right? Field 2. We'll have the 15 versus 16 live streamed. We'll have to wait to hear which teams those will be, but the final has all been confirmed. We will have Ambush versus GK Mad, the 1 versus the 2 seed. A lot of our other games have finished up for the weekend. People are taking final team photos and cooling down, trying to get into the shade and beat the heat, having some lunch. It's been a long weekend. This is day 3. We did start playing on Friday. Most teams had either 3 games Friday or 3 games Saturday, so it's been a long weekend. 2 games here today on Sunday to finish up the weekend. And it looks like we're seeing person defense here by Flywild. We'll see Spinergy, oh, wasn't ready for that, but still maintained possession. Great hand-eye coordination. Now they're flowing it up the backhand side. Selvey with another great throw. And a well-read disc as it was curving right. Just an unfortunate drop. He had it. He knows it. Well read. That's a tough one. We'll see if Flywild can capitalize. Spinergy getting into a person defense. Appears they'll be forcing forehand. And Flywild is set up in a nice vertical stack with good spacing between each cutter to avoid pick calls. We got one cut break side, one cut force side. Force side cut under, gets the disc. And an immediate huck to a streaking handler. It is a score. Wow. Wow. Cleaning up the trash. We're not sure who the throw was to. But regardless, it's hauled in, and that's a break for Flywild. And we're back on serve again. We think. 5-5. These two teams are fun to watch because they have a lot of disc skill. They're very good at throwing deep and running deep. Disc Positive just finished up a match against Puyol. Monix, who won your match? What was the score? 14-9. For which place? 18? Okay, cool. I'm just hearing now that Puyol beat Disc Positive and took 18th to end their weekend. So there's some commotion going on here in the background between those two teams. And back to the action here. It appears that there is a call on the field. And maybe an injury here from one of the Spinergy players, shaking his right hand, throwing hand. Never good to see. Hopefully he can shake it off. Bruised pinky or something. And the replacement player has entered the game. Takes a nice easy swing. Ooh, a nice upline. Oh, she took her eyes off the disc before she reeled it in, and it's a turnover. Flywild taking their time to patiently set up their offensive structure and try to capitalize on this turnover. Beautiful cuts. Good switching defense by Spinergy to help out with that deep cut. Flywild moving the disc well, swinging it, using the full width of the field. Spinergy with a flat mark. Let's see if they keep that going. Forces forehand. Floats up another deep huck. It's flowing out of bounds, and it does. Soars a little bit too far out of bounds. Selvey there to make sure nobody comes down with the disc and knocks it out of bounds. So Spinergy with a chance here to hold again. And forces backhand, trying to trap him on the sideline here. He squares up his body, looking for the swing. Gets the beautiful upline. Now we expect a huck. Huck is covered nicely by the Flywild defender downfield. Gets a nice inside break throw to center the disc. Patiently moving it around. Now they're playing on the break side. There's a female poach. Spinergy does not seem to care. They throw it into traffic anyway, and it's a turnover. That's a risky shot. As you can see, the style for both teams is a lot of hucking and a lot of running. They're rarely working it up the field all the way to the end zone. They love to capitalize on their good throws and their fast players. Makes for exciting spectating. JD, if you want to pull up the schedule and we can remind our viewers how each team got to this game. This is an important game for a spot on the podium for third place. Let's reminisce on how the teams succeeded in making it this far and playing so well this weekend. Flywild with the disc here on the far side of the field. Nice center. They're still forcing forehand. Nice little swing to the far side. And another huck here from about half court. And it's reeled in. That's a break. Flywild takes the lead back. A couple breaks recently to take the initiative right back. That's a tough break for Spinergy. Hopefully we are talking loud enough now. I'll try to elevate my voice. I guess I'm using my inside voice when I'm outside, which is never a good thing. So just to reminisce on how each of these teams made it this far, Spinergy started as the 2 seed. They actually lost to ATC in their first match and beat Storm Chaser to take 5 seed out of pool play. And then they played in the 4-5 crossover against Airbenders and beat Airbenders to take the 4 seed. Oh, sorry, to take the 3 seed. Excuse me. And then they played Ambush in the 3-1 second crossover and maintained their 3 seed. And then they played their quarterfinal match in the 3-6 against Flying Spirits, who surprised a lot of people by taking an impressive 6 seed coming into the bracket. And then they just recently played in the 3-2 semifinal against GK Mad and had a rough outing there. They lost 15-8, and that leaves them here with a chance of redemption to get on the podium for third place. And for Flywild, let's catch you up on how their tournament's been going so far. They beat Flying Spirits in their first match in bracket play. They played Flywild defeated Ambush in bracket play also, or in pool play. Is that what I thought I heard? Flywild beat Ambush in pool play, right? On Universe. So they won their pool. And that gave them the 4th seed. Then they beat Flying Spirits to retain their 4 seed. Okay. And then they lost the crossover against GK Mad, which was the 2-4 crossover. So they they retained their 4 seed. And then they won their quarterfinal in the 4 versus 5 against Airbenders. And that was a close match. That was a 15-13 nail biter. We were tuning into that one last evening. And then, yes, just recently this morning, they lost their semifinal to Ambush. And that was a 14-10 victory by Ambush to put them in the finals. And now we have Flywild here. Looks like we have our first time out of the match, so I'm glad we were catching up on some other details as we were not talking live coverage at all. Flywild is up 7-5. And Spinergy probably are the ones who called the timeout to just kind of catch up again and sort some things out, see if they can make some adjustments to make a comeback here. They started out with a couple breaks, so they were actually up 2 points at one point. I think were they up 5-3? Yeah, they were up 5-3. It's been a 4 straight points here for Flywild. So Spinergy rightfully calls the timeout. They get 2 timeouts per half. And if you don't use it, you lose it, as they like to say. So they're using one right now. Try to cool down a bit, get some water, stay hydrated. It's very hot. And think about what they can do differently to bring their energy back up and get right back in this match. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Yeah, we should double check here. Oh, it should be 7-5.
Flywild.
Yep. I would expect halftime to be at 8, or are we purely going by time? Because we have 100.
Because even though they shifted to a 100-minute game,
Yes, 100-minute games now,
still 15 points. So
but the games are still 15, so then the half would be at 8.
the games are finishing before
Well, before the time cap. Okay. Yeah, 100 minutes is very long for a game to 15, but you never know. You might as well make sure that they have enough time to finish the match with a proper result.
17 world.
So Spinergy has a chance here to put a few more points up before halftime. It'll be a race to 8 for halftime. And the pull is coming from Flywild. We're getting back to action here. Spinergy will receive with the wind at their back. Ratio is 4 men, 3 women. So we got a male puller here from Flywild. Upwind, that's a deep pull. Nicely done. Nice couple touches here. Get some quick handler movement. There is a call on the field. There was some contact there at the head of the stack. And there's currently no mark on Selby, so she can take her time. No rush, really. Nice swing. Another nice swing. And yet another swing. It's floating up, almost there. Nicely contested. Couple good 1-2 passes here on the sideline. Let's see how long they can keep this going. Good patience. Yep, now good. Swing it off the sideline. Try to get one more swing. Back to the force side. There's another call, so the players are stopping. I'm not sure what the call is. Maybe a pick. They're not using hand signals, so it's hard for us to decipher. Oh, it looks like it might have been something before the throw. Just kidding. It's coming back. Oh, he tries to go for the full inside low release break to center the disc, but it's too low. Too much time for the defender to get there. And that's a turnover. And now Flywild actually with a chance to take halftime. They're currently leading 7-5. Can they convert this upwind break? That's a beautiful swing. Nice touch. Handler looks upfield. Again, another midfield huck. This one not converted. Well read by the defense. And they have a chance to hold here. Good movement. Trying to play on the break side. Disc back to the center. Taking the nice in shot. Nice movement here all the way to the fore side. Still playing on the fore side. They're forcing backhand. Trying to look for the deep shot. Oh, nice up line there. They're just tiptoeing on the line here. See what they can do. Oh, and they go for the same inside break shot, but it's cleaned up nicely by the defense. AP with the disc. Looking for the swing. Shifts the mark a little bit. Opens up for a beautiful inside shot. That's the benefit of moving those feet for the pivot. Shift your mark and open up other throws. AP coming back under for it. Gets a nice reset there. Trapped on the sideline. Looks like they're marking flat to avoid his hucks. Back to the center. One more swing there. And their Spinergy still forcing forehand. Head of stack is wide open, poached. Just calmly swings it. One more swing to a cutter who does not come down with it. An uncharacteristic drop, running full speed, and does not complete the catch as he ran out of bounds, so it's a turnover.
Neither team looking like they want to score this one. Or it is a score. No? You disagree, Grant? I wasn't paying attention. What happened?
Well, the Flywild player ran and appeared to have caught it, but as he ran out of bounds, he was bobbling the frisbee and dropped it. So it never looked like he sustained control and stopped the rotation of the disc. I'm not sure what's going on. It looks like Flywild have convinced Spinergy that it was indeed a score. It looked a little bit shaky from my perspective here at midfield, but with that, it is halftime, 8-5.
All right, and it's time for a word from our sponsor, Indian Ultimate. We don't have any sponsors for this tournament except the in-house non-profit Ultimate Sports and Education Trust. I've done a few projects with them, send them a lot of discs. They do a lot of, well, the previous ex-champions, Jumbish, kind of come out of this community through the non-profit work that Fountainhead School founder principal does, Vardhan Kabra. You could say he's the godfather of Surat Ultimate, having started the sport here, promoting it in school, making all the students play, and then Jumbish kind of came out. Maybe also at some point, and yeah, those are a lot of the main players I just mentioned. So yeah, that was back when they had those players. And so Jumbish, I mean, I think Ambush also, put together a team and went to Amsterdam Windmill Wind-Up last year. So it creates opportunities also for players to go international because they've got a good amount of funding through in-kind sponsors. So that's one argument for players to say they want to go and shift teams. He also picked up Jason from L2F. I forgot about that. So, is this a spirit timeout?
No, this is a birthday.
Oh, they're wishing Uttara a happy birthday. Okay, yeah. So one of the Flywild players, it's her birthday, and they're gonna wish her right in the middle of the game with
Why not with cake on a hot day?
cake. No concern for the time
They better eat that
ticking
cake
away.
before
Yeah.
it melts.
Neither team really wants to win this, especially it seems, because they're happy to use the. Unless you could deem it as a spirit timeout, I don't think you can do that. I don't think there are grounds for that. As spirit director, I'm going to say no.
But with a 100-minute game, we know that they'll have plenty of time.
No, plenty of time to cap it at 15, maybe. Yeah, that's really nice example of the kind of spirit that we have here, community spirit in India. And Uttara did used to play for Spinergy, so they're happy to wish her happy birthday, happy to take out time from their last game of the tournament, last game of the season, really, to wish a fellow ex-player, part of the community, teammate, happy birthday. The voice is too soft. What's up with the microphone? I'm blaming the microphone. Okay, we will try to shout a bit more into this. I'm not sure how else. If we're being super loud. But yeah, we were just talking about the birthday being celebrated. What looked to be a spirit timeout is now not that, but not to be misconstrued. Was there cake? Because if there's cake,
There's definitely cake.
I feel like
Who's holding the cake?
they have to give some to the
Yeah,
commentators.
the commentators.
We're going to
definitely
demand
need
cake.
We've been itching
If
for
we
it.
shout cake really loud,
Yeah.
then we should get some. Yeah, we've got the comms team behind us and UPI operations team. Anaga coming over here with the cake.
Really, we just
Clearly
want
the
players to
empty
fill out that
box.
cake, we can help 'em out.
Yeah, this feels like a big mistake. Sugar overload in the middle of the game. Is that possible? Yeah?
Well, Spinergy
Sugar
needs all the
cream.
energy they can get, right?
Yeah, they're probably welcoming this treat in the middle of the game. And Boone has some cake left. If we wave and shout, it might come. No, they're just keeping it for themselves. So kind of the opposite of community spirit being witnessed here, where volunteers don't get any cake. I'll have to speak to Uttara about this. We do not wish you happy birthday, Uttara, because we didn't get cake. And that's what it's all about. Oh, it is a 7-minute half time. I forgot about that. So yeah, there is plenty of time to do this celebration without cutting into the
So getting back
time
to
of the game.
the history of the championship. So Jumbus won back-to-back, and then Flywild won back-to-back.
Then Flywild did win back to many of us were saying it's not a real representation of a national tournament when two of the top teams don't come to the tournament. Ambush did come, I think. Not last year. So then, yeah, the two finalists, the top two teams, were not here last year. So not a true national, as you can say, perhaps. But Flywild, fair and square, won it. Took it last year and the year before. Was it the year before, or was it that pre-pandemic?
Pre-pandemic.
Yeah, it was like 2 years prior. So 2020, they won it in 2022.
So kind of like a sustained dominance.
Even through, yeah, it just stayed the same. Nothing changed over the pandemic. But the other teams didn't come also.
They were
So
quietly forming in the background last year.
right. Yeah. And so we see that at this tournament now, we'll find out who the true champions are, because two of the teams that didn't come last year are, in fact, in the final. So,
Big shocker too. Airborne was the 1 seed coming in.
yeah.
Upset by GK Mad.
Yes, yeah. Airborne have been doing really well in the lead up with ranking points, sectionals, single genders, and mixed gender regionals. And yeah, hopefully next season we're supposed to be seeing a lot more single gender tournaments. I've heard a rumor that it's going to spin off as its own format and have its own regionals and nationals. So far, it's just the regionals that actually the points count towards the mixed rankings, and that's something that's always puzzled me, but doesn't really make sense how those can influence each other. They shouldn't, and so competitions committee is quite rightly going to account for that next season with its own format. Yeah, and a lot more opportunity for especially women players to play dominant roles on the field as handlers, hookers, deep deeps in the zone defense.
So there'll be women's and men's opens?
Yeah, there'll be women's and opens. Yeah, yeah. Something for everyone.
And it doesn't have to be club specific, like you can make your own club.
Yeah, so I think that's the so that was the so that was the reason they clubbed it together last up till now, because they didn't want clubs to disband and make the and they wanted to promote single gender within the clubs, women's representation within the clubs, and that's why they allowed teams to merge for single gender as well. Half teams they were called. You got less points, but you could play as a Flywild Spinergy mix-up, for example. But now clubs can form by themselves, which this season a club has been forming called Uzo, made up of a lot of high-level women players like Stanya and Sneha. But they've not had any tournaments to go to, so next season they will.
So there's a women's team quietly forming in the background here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they want to play international tournaments like Manila Spirits or Windmill or any other of the big tournaments international as a women's team, and for that they need to train together, and that was their idea this season. They're starting it off.
That's great to see.
And the game on the other side looks like it's finished, or is that half time?
I think it's 7-8, so
Oh yeah, it's not over. Is that the score? 9-5.
yes.
Oh, they took the half 8-5, and then they were starting on offense. Okay, so that answers the question of who started on offense at the beginning of the game. Spinergy. Okay, so they were just one breakup. They were at some point. Now they're massively down. 4 points is a big difference at nationals, as we know. Played a few games like that, haven't we, Grant? Today, one. So yeah, and this is going to be tough for Spinergy to claw this one back. It is ridiculously hot out here. We moved the table, and now the sun's coming back, isn't it? We're going to move it again. Be even further back. We can still see the field, though. It's all good. But yeah, I mean, we're just sitting here. These guys are playing. Many of them not wearing hats, and maybe don't even believe in sunscreen. So, but they're used to it. Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're used to it as two South Indian teams, Chennai teams. Probably used to a bit more humidity. Oroville has its nice, dense forests, which keeps it cool, but they're used to playing in the heat also. It's not peak summer yet. Feels like it here in Surat. It's just a bit drier, so you don't sweat as much and keep you as cool. We've got another good hook here. Selby's going to read this expertly. So last 2 points have been big hucks from this side of the field, our right, from the camera point of view, to the left. Big scores happening. One by Flywild, one by Spinergy. So whatever you can do, we can do it also. And you could argue better, because it was a throw, it was a cross-gender pass, which I don't think the Flywild one was, but yeah, that's nice. But we can kind of see that fatigue setting in there, as no one cares as much about the game, according to Harsh, veteran broken hand player, pretending that he can throw with his left hand here. Kicker off the bottom. Oh, should I stay sat down or? Okay. Sorry guys, we were just adjusting our tanned legs, table legs, so that our own legs don't get tanned. Let's give a quick check on the comments.
Make sure we're talking loud enough.
Not talking loud enough. Oh, we've got an advertise. Oh, okay, great. Okay. Let's see what else. Why is that not there? 32 people watching. Great. Question from Raghu, and we've got a turnover here, so perhaps I can answer. By which year do you think nationals will happen in lush green fields with best weather, like 15 degrees? By which year? Well, with climate change, it's not going to be any year soon. But, I mean, I think if we had the nationals in Lucknow, the temperature would be a bit cooler right now. I'll have to double check that temperature in Lucknow right now. But I know that they've got lush green fields. The fields here are quite nice, to be fair. I don't see players reluctant to lay out. So, with that being said, they do like to lay out on any kind of ground. So, I've liked these fields. Even the RIG fields were quite nice. We were pretty happy with them during warm-up. Knees weren't feeling it in our mobility stretches. But yeah, I mean, I really do miss the lush fields of UK, as I'm sure Grant does from his USA playing experience. A little bit softer would be nice. Encourages all to lay out. But 15 degrees is also a bit of a push. Maybe if we have some tournaments in the northeast, where we can get those kind of conditions. Northeast, I've seen some nice fields and great temperature. But anyway, back to the game. We've got Flywild on offense. Spinergy had just scored, and now they got the turnover.
That's the second turn this
And it's a second turnover at this point, yeah. So second chance for Spinergy to get it back.
Get back in this game. It's not over.
It's definitely not over. And it's 6-9 to Flywild. Yeah, lots of time to play this out. Spinergy brings it back on the sideline and put up a big throw to a tall receiver who's going to jump but be prohibited from jumping by the two defenders sandwiching him, kind of. Well, I think the female player was underneath him, and so that was good positioning. And then Juggan made sure that he wouldn't be able to come forward. So unfortunately, wasted break opportunity or scoring opportunity. Yeah, it was a break. Yeah, break opportunity for Spinergy. They can't afford to do that if they want to win and be the bronze champions of the nationals this year. Because Flywild typically capitalize on it, which right now they are doing, working up the disc with some swift give-goes, very characteristic of this team. Juggan wanted the deep player to go. I've got a deep poach from a male player there, so the female player is going to have to come back under, as she does. Which means there's an empty, free Flywild player coming under. Juggan went back on the disc. Gives it and gets a swing to the sideline. Boone on the disc. Oh, and Boone puts it up. And it's the same poach male player. And this is something you don't see in single gender ultimate. So, just as we were talking about, male player poach. But yeah, so unfortunately, turnover Flywild and Spinergy back on. Oh, and Selby's got way more hooks than her, evidently. And just a great run through. It hung up in the air for a really long time, so Flywild player definitely had a chance, Juggan. But it was a great read and positioning from the Spinergy player, then throws a scuba for the score. Plenty of space and free in the end zone. I think after so many turnovers in a point, the heat is making a difference here. Fatigue and exhaustion, you can see playing out. One team, Flywild, is from Chennai, and the other team, Spinergy, is from Oroville. You can see some of them wearing t-shirts that say AV, which stands for Oroville. AV Oroville, Bruno Mark. I refuse to believe that his name is actually Bruno Mark. That's a bold choice from parents to just go with, oh, he's a cool singer, let's go for it, and not fully go for the Bruno Mars. Just go Bruno Mark. I don't know if he's lying or it's all true, but I respect the choice. Right, so Spinergy got a point back there on break, and we can yeah, they're making up that 4-point lead, closing the gap from 4 to 2, so 9-7. We all want Flywild players, few subs, yeah, under Hardik's umbrella. The other 4 are just set out in it. And yeah, the second half of on the other field, the other live stream on field 1 is getting underway. Or they may have been playing for a while and just not noticed. Airbenders versus Airborne, Air. And looks like Airbenders either scored or they're starting on defense in the second half because they have the disc. Here we've got Flywild on offense. We're taking the pull. We've got a big throw. She's going to have to go up left-handed. But the Flywild player brought it down unmarked and the end zone, but doesn't make a difference because it's a score for Flywild, increasing their lead by 1 more point. 10-7, 3 points. And just looking at the other field there, Vimal bringing down a huck against Talib and getting the assist. 10-8. Are we going to say Airborne? Oh, it just became 10-8. Grant with his eagle eye hawk vision. So look at that tiny scoreboard. Where is it? Oh yeah, behind 8 feet.
You want to talk about some of the upcoming events going on here in the Ultimate Community post Nationals? I think for some people. Why don't we catch up on some of the other events coming up here for India Ultimate? I know most people think that this is Nationals, so this is the end of the club season, which is correct, but there's still quite a lot of other exciting opportunities for players and fans to keep watching and keep supporting India Ultimate. Within the next month, April 8th and 9th, we will be having the Masters Nationals tournament, and there is no sectionals or regionals for that. It's just going straight to Nationals. Probably just to keep the old folks from having to play too many tournaments. But for now, I think this is going to be the first ever Nationals for Masters teams within India, and any team can be formed. So there's going to be, I think, maybe 8 teams at the tournament. And that Masters, for those who are unfamiliar with that term, is for older players. So for females above the age of 30 and for men above the age of at least 32. And that'll be a good chance to see some of the older players show their stuff. That'll be held in Bangalore. As we get back to the game, we have a huck from Spinergy just out of the reach of the fast cutter. It wasn't as floaty as he would have liked, so it fell to the ground, and now Flywild has another chance for a break. We also have, speaking of other events within the India Ultimate community, there is the state tournament that's going to be held again, the second year now. So a lot of states are going to be hosting tryouts locally to form their teams and prepare their squads before that tournament. So that'll be coming up in the next month, tryouts for that. And we also have Worlds AOUGC tryouts for a variety of teams that will also be coming. We'll have a U24 team, we'll have a Masters team, and we'll have an Open team as well for that. So that's going to be another campaign for players to try out and train with a new team. It's always good to join those campaigns to meet other players, play with other players, learn from other players, and just get new experiences to build your game and learn new skills. Oh, Kodai Canal, I'm being told, is also going to be held again. I did attend that one last year. And do you remember when that's going to be?
Around April. It is happening.
We expect that to happen in April, so that's another event in Kodai Canal. That's another fun tournament with lush green fields, and it was pretty warm from what I remember.
Mornings were cold though?
Yeah, mornings were pretty chilly, but beautiful grounds. Spinergy just scored again, making it 8-10, which is great to see. On the far field, we see GK Med warming up. As we had mentioned earlier, their game will start in about 45 minutes. For those of you who are tuning in early and excited to see the finals, we're here at the fields of the 3-4 matchup between our Oroville team, Spinergy, and our Chennai team, Flywild. Flywild is the defending champs, trying to maintain a spot on the podium. They're currently leading 10-8. They're in the white jerseys, and they currently are on offense with the disc in their hands. Playing on the fore side, nice swing up line for an in-cut. Another in-cut there. Goes for the dump. There's another nice upline in-cut. A lot of uplines and beautiful speed there to chase down a beautifully put disc. Nice and floaty. And that's a hold for Flywild. 11-8. Making it look easy. All on the fore side. What else was besides code?
Yeah, we have events happening throughout the year usually. Like you said, state championships comes at the end of the calendar, and it kind of keeps players on their toes. They don't get to take a break after nationals, which most federations and countries try to build into the schedule so that players have a chance to recover, strengthen, work on injuries, work on team development, recruitment. Which you can say state championships shouldn't disturb that, because the club can focus on their not every single club player is going to be busy with state championships, but a few of their key players might be away, that's all, committed to the campaign. And last year's state championship reigning champions were Tamil Nadu against Gujarat, and one of those teams is more or less in the final. Gujarat, the team, yeah. Whereas the other one, Tamil Nadu, we see playing the two games here, 5 versus 6 and 3 versus 4. Flywild, those being Flywild and Airborne. So, Spinergy wasting an opportunity. Was that a huck by Selvi? Usually doing some good hucks today. Some amazing arm strength and technique on her hucks today. Putting up some good assists and scores for Spinergy. But now we've got Flywild on the attack. Sumesh rips it deep to an open player. Just sitting there. Well, not sitting there, but able to run onto that with uncontested score for Flywild, widening the gap to 4 points when Spinergy had an opportunity to make it 2, I think. Unfortunate outcome. So sideline pumping them up. What's interesting here is Spinergy's missing Kumaran, one of the founders of the club, along with Mark Scott, many years back, and he's as one of the main players, even though he's aging out a bit more than Masters. He tends to drive the offense and anchor the team, but I think he's done a great job developing the core of the team as well, so that they don't really miss him. You know, they're able to make it to semi-finals without him. But yeah, maybe some of that experience and age would have helped them here to hold on to the disc and be tied up with Flywild or winning this game. It's always interesting to see a team without its mentor, but of course Smithy is filling that role nicely, one of the veteran players off Spinergy also. She's here and having a great time on field and having a good influence overall. So the gender pull coming down just over halfway. got Spinergy on offense. Wind is just picking up now. It's a nice breeze. It feels nice, doesn't it? Good swing to Gummery. Dumps it to Smithy, who does a quick give-go with Gummery. Gummery has the disc. And we've got the Spinergy men trying to ask for it. And the handler just ignores them and throws it to the deep women instead. It was a good choice, I think, and quite a good execution also. Just a little bit out of the reach of, out of the hands of Gummery and Godai. But we could argue that it was just about reading it and getting into position. Although a catchable huck, we can say. Flywild get another chance to widen the gap.
If a team had scored, if any of these teams have scored in like an end zone set play, it seems like all their points have come from deep shots. Like it's just consistently deep hucks, and if you can try to push them under and force them to earn it all the way up the field, teams like this get frustrated because they're used to just quick points with hucks. Oh wow! And Flywild gives it right back. Spinergy trying to capitalize, and boom, bang, bang, just like that. Offensive hold, a gift. You don't see that often. 9-12. Spinergy a sigh of relief to keep themselves within striking distance. What do we think Spinergy stands for? What's the meaning of the name? The team name Spinergy.
Well, I'm gonna say spin, as in
Spin of the disc.
spin of the disc, and then synergy.
Synergy.
Yeah, I think that's it, Grant.
The synergy.
It's not that hard a question.
Oh, you think that's it? All right. Maybe we'll have to ask somebody.
That is what it is, Grant.
Oh, okay.
Let's use our brains.
Combination of synergy and spin.
Yes.
Nice.
What about Flywild? That's always puzzled me.
Yeah.
And it's fly exclamation mark wild exclamation mark. Yeah. Fly wild. No.
Fly wild.
Yeah.
You can't fly majestic.
No, you just have to be wild and fly.
You can't fly Spirit Airlines.
No, I feel like and I think they've taken it from somewhere. Do you think Uttara will know? See here, the logo doesn't show it as two words.
Do you know the origin of the team name?
Google knows. Yeah.
Oh, really? So
Oh.
from some other source.
That is hilarious. They Googled best frisbee names and Flywild came up because Airborne was also there and taken.
So that means Flywild is like a club team in maybe another country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I wonder how good they are.
Yeah. I wonder if this Flywild can beat that Flywild.
Champions.
Who's the real Flywild?
Who's the real?
Exactly.
Whoa!
Watch out for the rope on the side.
Yeah, covering the cricket field. But yeah, that was nice because I think the handler was hesitating to throw it, and the Spinergy player was baiting it, saying, "Yeah, throw it. Let's see what make me get this run through D." And Godai swings it across. Got a couple of Spinergy players looking for it. More of the men. Harish on the other side. Oh, can't throw a hammer to him. Not in his current state. Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh. Bobbled. Yeah. It is in. Spinergy. Is this a break opportunity for Spinergy? Oh, nice. That is a nice flat backhand on his left hand from Harsh. Credit where it's due. He is playing well with his left hand. Has Rama been playing? It's been a while. He's not played a few points. Rested him. Maybe once they got the lead, they wanted to rotate the players a bit more. He's injured also. Inside information from birthday girl Uttara. How old are you, Uttara? 40. 27. You don't look 27. 22 she is, folks. 22.
She forgot to bring us cake.
Yeah, we're not happy about that. So we're rooting for Spinergy. Yes, they are both your teams. Nice reminder. She does not mind. Is it too early to heckle? Too late to heckle? Yeah.
It's always a good time to heckle.
It's not really something done in Indian Ultimate either. I've not seen it much.
Really?
Probably not in Nationals. I do it like Kodaikanal, Sukkot,
Yeah,
Orville Hat.
Spirit of the game.
Yeah.
You want to avoid having...
I did do it yesterday and to the airborne team, and they were not happy with it.
Oh, I remember that. That was fun. It looks like that game has
Pull.
ended.
Was that a left-hand pull from Harsh? The way the teams are walking. It's not over. Flywild on offense. Boone with the disc. Puts up a nice huck. It's flat. Harsh is going to see it outside of the field. Ooh. Yeah. Harsh doesn't even need to have a conversation about that. Just runs away. We all know it's out. It is a bit precarious having this rope outside the field, running through the field. I've tried to. I moved out of the other field, field 1, for the finals, but... Well, I moved out yesterday, but this one seems to have just stayed in and nobody seems to mind. Godai picks up the disc, nice and early, because so there's no disc mark. Now the disc mark sets up, so she swings it to the middle.
At their back, they have a chance to break it.
Yeah.
Just a one.
Oh! We all felt that pain of a dropped disc. Kind of looked away before seeing it into the hands, and Boone goes for the dicey, wobbly forehand high release.
Right after calling a foul.
Did he call a foul? Yeah? Okay, yeah, but it was inconsequential. Yeah. I'll throw to Sumesh there, and unfortunate because Spinergy had a chance to close the gap and come within 1 of Flywild, but now it's 3-point difference. 13-10 is the score here on field 2 of the 3 versus 4 National Championship Series.
Any questions or comments from the fans? Anybody asking for your funny impressions?
Any questions from the fans? Commentator fans? I don't think we have any fans, Grant.
Not
Would
our
be-
fans.
No.
Definitely not our fans.
Ha ha ha, Kumaran is the comment from Raghu. Wonder what he's laughing at. Oh, the cold weather. Yeah, the previous comment, yeah. Kodai happening in April if you want cold weather, which is absolutely true. In the peak morning, but by lunchtime it's pretty hot.
Yeah,
So it's 30, 32 again. But yeah, absolutely. Probably 15 is a number that it goes to. So yeah, go for that. It's a fun tournament to go to anyway, and you tend to get a lot of teams up. You get to play with teams that you don't normally play with, players that you might not get to play with normally, because you can form. It's outside of the UPI NCS format, so there's no roster rules. But I've seen it actually have really good spirit guidelines. They like made it, almost like mandatory for every team to have a song or a dance and spirit games. It's also done in a fabulous location, Hill Station. Like Kumaran was saying, it goes down, gets cold in the morning and evenings. It's a great vacation place, in fact. A lot of nice food, cheese and chocolates. So check it out. One of the oldest tournaments in India as well. Made famous by Brian Plymall, a teacher at Kodaikanal International School. And we just saw a huge block there by Flywild as Spinergy tried to put up the forehand huck. Just
telegraphed.
yeah, it was kind of obvious. And mistakes like that are going to cost them, as we've said. Sumesh picks it up and on the sideline. Wants to center it. He can. But it's going to go deep instead. Hucking it from outside of the field, and he might have laid out if it was a final AP. Some nice patch of grass there as well. But yeah, huck it for yards maybe. Try and generate the block. And just as I say that, Spinergy throws a massive yardage gainer. They're already at halfway. moving the disc swiftly. No player holding on to the disc for more than 3 to 4 seconds. That's 2 goals in the deep. Kumari. Is it Kumari? Yeah, I think it's Kumari. Oh, felt that pain as well. The dropped disc. Unfortunate. What time did the game start? Let's find out how much time's left. Oh, prediction for the final. That could be controversial. I've seen these two teams kind of play before. Well, okay, wait. Just as we admire this Huck that's gone up to Sumesh, who's got a great rundown. Oh, and he would have laid out if it was the final. And that's interesting because, yeah, it was a full-out sprint. And what's interesting is that was AP hucking to Sumesh, which is the opposite of what happened in the last possession here on the same point. So maybe they were like, I'm going to make you run for it now. Let's see how you feel. And quite true to his word, they were not able to see it down. Godai in lots of space here in the midfield. Feeds it up. Women dominating the possession here. Threads the needle to the center for a dump. And player holding on to the disc but grounds it. That's his second turnover this point, I think. On a forehand throw. Yeah. Okay, but back to answering this question. Prediction for the final. So yeah, I've seen kind of Jumbish play against GK Mad, and it was a convincing win for Jumbish at mixed gender regionals a few years ago. A lot of things have changed since then, and this isn't Jumbish, it's Ambush. So, and you could argue that it's a stronger team than Jumbish was then because they picked up players from Mumbai, Bangalore, so Goa, Nash, yeah. So on paper, I want to say Ambush. Just witnessed a great sky there over a female Flywild player, but also 2 running in defenders, one of which was... Is that Rama? No, in the green hat? No, that's not. Where is he? No, it's not. It's a different player, but still, great grab by the Spinergy player. I'm glad they scored that point after so many turnovers and opportunity to bring it in within 2 points. If they can force a few more turnovers from Flywild, they can tie up this game and make it universe points. Yeah, we're going to check that out. So, oops.
We're just checking the time cap here to see what score we're playing to in this 3-4 matchup. The game ends at 3:10, and we have 10 minutes then till time cap. So once we hit the 3:10 mark, we will add 1 point to the highest score, and that's what we will play to. So unless we hit 15 before that. Oh my God! And they give it away. First throw. Can Spinergy punch this in and turn this game on its head? Wow. What a turn of events. A little upwind throw, and it popped up in the air. It happens all too often. There's a discussion, but the play continues. Looking for a swing. Nice around. Another nice swing. Spinergy patiently probing. Looking for their score, and they get it. Nice little lefty backhand from Harsh, his only possible throw. And it's 12-13 with a quick break. Just within 1 minute, everything has changed, as we were just talking about. 10 minutes left in the game.
Flywild on the disc, and they center this. They're almost at the halfway line. Juggun, they are now at the halfway line. This looks like... Okay, got the disc at the other far sideline now. Dumps it back to Juggun, who's going to look for the swing, but doesn't. Gets an up line. In cut, who throws it deep for a huge catch in the end zone by Flywild, making it 14. So definitely the game is going to be to 15, purely because we've run out time. We've still got time, and the score is already 14 to one of the teams. Can Spinergy slot in 3 points is the question, and take this third position bronze medal, for which I'm sure there are actually bronze medals waiting for them. And seeing a lot of medals at UPI events recently.
Any predictions for Spirit winners?
Oh. Well, looking at the Spirit scores over the last couple of days, everybody's been giving average scores. So there've not been scores higher than 11 and lower than 8. So we're seeing a very normal, spirited tournament, which is good in many ways. No big issues to complain about or have to correct for as Spirit Director, which has been good for me. But it also means there's no clear winner as of now. But it'd be great if it's one of the top 4 teams, because it's always good when one of your top performing teams is also, you know, showing the highest level of spirit at that highest level of competition. And I think that's where your spirit is really tested also, when it's tight competitive games rather than the more kind of one-sided dominated games that you tend to find in the mid to bottom table. But yeah, the short answer is no. There is no clear favourites, so let's see. We'll find out in a couple of hours when we crunch the numbers and make the announcement. Stay tuned. Selvi with the disc. We know she's got a big backhand. She thought about it to Harsh. But there's a run through D here and a foul, but a foul strip called, I think. Wasn't a strip, so just contact on the play. My feet are burning again. This table movement, we'll have to move it to the into the woods, like way behind the video camera. I wonder if the cameraman has shade. Okay. On this side though. Contested foul by defense, so this goes back. Salvi on what I think is a high stall count, by the way. Doesn't look like a high stall count. She's holding onto the disc. Swing is there, but opts not to throw it, and instead gives it to the in cut. But there's a pick call before that. Was it consequential? He's gonna argue that it was consequential, and the disc goes back. Spinergy with the disc where they were about 2 minutes ago, on the halfway line, with a tight stack of Spinergy players, one kind of sticking out. Oh, really puts it up to Harsh, who goes up left-handed, but perspective from the GK Mad pro level team says it's in, because Flywild player defender thought it could be out. But even Grant, all the way from over here, agreed it was a nice toe-in by Harsh. One hand down, but no skills sacrificed. Here we can see GK Mad warming up. The Delhi, our nation's capital team, getting ready to play the final, starting in about 20 minutes. Over on Field 1 on the other live stream. We're going to have some awesome commentators for that. I think Bhavya Desai from Mumbai Storm Chasers is one of them. And maybe... Oh, it won't be Rohit. I don't think I can do it because I have to do some spirit stuff. So I'll have to speak to somebody. Let's see. Unless my co-spirit director comes and takes up the mantle. So, game to 15.
Yep.
Must be.
Breaks needed for Spinergy.
Although, has time expired? No. No, but it's point cap of 15 anyway, so Spinergy on defense. Flywild has the disc. They have everything they need to win this game because they're starting on offense and take the third position, be at least the third best team in the country because they couldn't win the championship. And they've got some of their best players taking a break this game. Rama, Sanjay. So to do it with their backup players would be awesome. Got a center here. Kind of, but not quite. Goes back to the same player on the sideline. Smithy's putting up now a tight defense on the around. Doesn't want this around throw to be made. So it gets forced up line. Just Jagan. Jagan throws it inside. Nice forehand break. Easy score for Flywild, who wins the game. What?
I wouldn't call that easy. It was a layout.
Yeah, I think the throw, I thought to make the pass was easy, but yeah, to catch that was not easy at all. Flywild win the game 15-13, taking the bronze medal away from Spinergy, who is in 4th position. Great performance from both teams.
Really good fight. Yeah, really good performance. Really good showing here by both teams. Late game, Sunday, 7th game of the weekend. It starts to take a toll on the body, and we had a great display of legs, honestly. A lot of running, and just good ultimate, good spirit. Very few foul calls. This was a fun game to watch, and it came down to the wire. 15-13 is the final. And congratulations to Flywild for taking the bronze medal. Congratulations to Spinergy on taking 4th. And we look forward to seeing you all again in 20 minutes here for the final. And until next time, take care.